Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. We're looking at the escalating crisis between the United States and Iran over what is, without a doubt, one of the most absolutely critical waterways on Earth. Right now, we've got a situation that has the entire international community holding its collective breath. You can literally feel the tension. The stakes are sky high, and world energy markets, well, they're watching every single move.
So we have to start with the incredibly volatile events of this past weekend that pushed the whole region to the absolute brink. I mean, for a brief moment there, it really looked like any hope for diplomacy was just gone. Gone. A fragile ceasefire was violently shattered, and then in this incredibly tense 48-hour window, it was just shakily restored. The whiplash of these events is a pretty stark reminder of just how volatile this specific standoff really is.
Section 1. Shattering the fragile ceasefire. To really grasp the immediate danger we're facing right now, we need to break down exactly how this recent violence unfolded. Because, this kind of rapid, dangerous escalation can happen in the blink of an eye. It all kicked off on Sunday when Iran struck a container ship off the coast of Oman. And the response, it was incredibly swift. By Sunday night, the U.S. military launched a wave of retaliatory strikes against Iran. But then, almost as quickly as the whole thing blew up, there was this desperate scramble for diplomacy. By Monday morning, an initial agreement was actually reached to tentatively open the waterway and extend a very, very shaky ceasefire. It's just a total geopolitical roller coaster. Now, the immediate violence has paused, thankfully, but it really begs a massive question about the target itself. Why on earth are these two powerful nations willing to risk a huge, devastating regional war over a relatively narrow stretch of water? What is it about this specific location that makes it worth all this brinkmanship?
That brings us to Section 2, the prize, the most important waterway. To understand the global stakes here, we have to pull the lens back a bit and look at the actual geography of the Persian Gulf. We are, of course, talking about the Strait of Hormuz. This is the narrow mouth of the Persian Gulf, and right now it is the primary focal point of both military action and diplomatic negotiations. This incredibly narrow choke point is literally the center of the geopolitical universe today. Everything, and I mean everything, hinges on what passes or doesn't pass through these waters.
1/5. Just keep that staggering economic figure in your head for a second as we look at what that actually means for you, for me, and for the global economy.
Because historically, 1/5 of the entire world's traded crude oil and natural gas passes directly through this tiny bottleneck. Think about the sheer volume of energy that represents. So the crucial takeaway here is that this single narrow waterway effectively dictates global energy availability. It's the lifeblood that powers everything, from international shipping down to the gas in your car and the heating in homes worldwide. And we know this prize is invaluable, which leads us straight into the current, unresolved power struggle. Sure, the attacks might have stopped for this exact moment because of Monday's agreement, but that leaves us with the billion-dollar question that is keeping diplomats awake at night. Who actually controls this vital choke point today? Section 3, the power struggle. Both the United States and Iran are fiercely asserting dominance over the strait following all the chaos of the weekend. Let's look at the competing narratives being broadcast to the world right now. We are seeing starkly opposing realities here. On one hand, the United States military states that its latest wave of retaliatory strikes is over, and they are firmly insisting that Tehran does not control the Strait of Hormuz. But then, conversely, Iran asserts the exact opposite. They claim they absolutely control the waterway and maintain a total chokehold by intimidating shippers. And it is so vital to understand that these contradicting stances are exactly what make any kind of long-term resolution incredibly difficult. When we look at the reality on the water, we see that Iran's strategy has actively involved attacking commercial vessels to disrupt shipping since the start of the wider war. This tactic of intimidating shippers, well, it serves a very specific purpose. It ensures the Strait of Hormuz remains the key volatile issue in any diplomatic negotiations. By proving they can disrupt the flow of trade, they basically force the international community to the table. So with both sides locked in this standoff and making absolutely contradictory claims of dominance, we really have to ask what a failure of diplomacy actually looks like. What happens to the rest of the world if this fragile negotiated opening for Monday morning completely collapses? Which brings us to Section 4, the global energy threat. If that Monday morning agreement fails, the fallout extends far, far beyond the Middle East. It hits right into the pockets and daily lives of people across the globe. If the strait is genuinely choked off, desperately needed oil and natural gas would be completely blocked from reaching the global market. And we aren't just talking about a slight inconvenience here. A closed Strait of Hormuz means immediate, severe disruptions to the essential energy supplies that power our entire global economy. You'd see industry stall, prices would skyrocket, and the economic shockwaves would be virtually unprecedented in modern times.
All of this brings us to the ultimate, terrifying scenario that international diplomats are desperately trying to avoid right now. Could this battle for control actually trigger a catastrophic global energy crisis? Or even worse, a return to full-scale, uncontained war? Section 5, Warning Signs to Watch. As we look to the horizon, it's absolutely crucial to know what to keep an eye on. There are specific indicators that'll tell us whether this situation is slowly improving or rapidly deteriorating. So here is your roadmap for what happens next. First off, we have to watch the stability of Monday's initial agreement to open the strait. Will it actually hold up? Second, and this is the most immediately critical, we must watch for any new attacks on container ships or commercial vessels, particularly right off the coast of Oman where this recent spark was lit. And finally, we need to track the long-term success or failure of the diplomatic negotiations attempting to extend this very shaky ceasefire. Those 3 points are basically your barometer for the safety of the global economy right now. The eyes of the world are locked onto this incredibly narrow, vital stretch of water. Are we simply looking at a temporary, deeply uncomfortable pause in hostilities? Or is this shaky peace actually the prelude to a devastating global energy shock? I'll leave you to ponder whether diplomacy can permanently secure this critical choke point, or if the global economy is about to face its greatest test yet. Keep learning, keep watching the signs, and we'll see you in the next explainer.